Hi crafters, today we'll learn about the 3 types of variations in slip stitch ribbing. We have the front loop only slip stitch, the back loop only slip stitch, and the yarn over slip stitch. Just a reminder before we get started, there's a link in the description to the Velvety Slouchy sweater that I made a couple of years ago. It's available on Ravelry and as well as LoveCrafts. This link will send you directly to the web page. Also, there's a link to my Instagram page where you can check out my work and what I do on a day-to-day basis. Ribbing is an essential part of knit and crochet items because it mimics elastic, and you'll find it in key areas like cuffs, hems, necklines, brims, waistbands, and so on. In this particular video, we'll talk about ribbing using the slip stitch. So we have ribbing in the slip stitch, back loop only, front loop only, and yarn over slip stitch. So the first one over here is slip stitch, front loop only, then we have slip stitch, back loop only, and slip stitch, yarn over. We'll go through how to make each of these ribbing and their the ways of doing them and their pros and cons. Just a note, you can have ribbing still in single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, and so on, but today it's just about the slip stitch. The pros are it makes such a minimal and elegant look, and also it's quite stretchy. The cons are it takes a bit of time to build up. You can see these are pretty tiny compared to the yarn over slip stitch. They're small and there are a couple of rows, so that's the con of it. But the pros is they give you such a nice and elegant finish for your projects. And I'll start by showing you how to do the slip stitch. Just make your knot first, then chain 10 for small, and swatch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's row 1. Then we'll add one more chain that you turn. You can do this both ways. You can turn your work and go over the back loops of your swatch to prevent your project from curling, just the way we see it in Tunisian crochet. For now, let's just do it the regular way for beginners. So skip one stitch and into the next one, insert your hook, yarn over, pull a loop through. You have 2 loops on your hook. So before taking this out, take a pause just for you to remember how to. So just pull over. Let's do that again. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up 2 loops, and pause. For beginners' sake, this is easy. It's easier to pause first as you complete that stitch. This makes it easy to remember what you're doing. That is, if you're used to doing the single crochets and double crochets, it's easier this way. So we're not yarning over at any one point, just when we're pulling through that loop. So do this till the end. Okay, row 1 is done. We want to continue to row 2 where we're going to start making our ribbing. So start by chaining 1. Then we're going to go through the back loops of our project. So if you turn your work, you can see V's at the top, V's all through. The V that is closest to you, the loop that is closest to you, that's the front loop, and the one at the back is the back loop. So this is the back loop, And over here we have our front loop. Here it is. So we're going to go through our front loops for this particular swatch. Then on the next one we'll do the back loops. So insert your hook into that front loop, and it's easier when you hold your work like this so that you can see how you're inserting your hook. So don't put it through both loops like we do when we're just crocheting. Put it through the first loop that is facing you. Here it goes. Takes a bit of practice. There's a front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and stop, then pull through. The first one, the second one, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through. Basically, this is what you're doing till the end. And for now, we won't be able to see how our ribbing looks like till we do a couple of rows. Just go into the front loop like so, stop and pull up. But you can see some ridges already forming. Let's keep doing this till the end of the row and see how our front loop slip stitch looks like. On the screen you can see the abbreviations for this. So if you see this kind of instructions, this is what it means. Slip stitch is abbreviated as SLST, and then front loop capital FLO, front loop only. So keep doing this till the end. Have it. Then on to our last one. The last one is here. Takes a bit of practice to get it. See how it comes. There we go. And you're done with row 2 of your slip stitch front loop only. I'll make a couple of rows, see how our front loop looks like. For row 3, you're just doing the same thing on the front loops of those loops that you made in the previous row. Turn your work so that you can see the V's. Here are our V's. It doesn't matter if you keep turning your work, just keep working on the front loops. So here are our front loops. We'll keep working on those still as we turn our work. Something to note, as you're making this stitch, try make your tension to be slightly loose so that you're able to insert your hook into those front loops. Particularly if you're using a big hook like mine, it will be easy to insert and go faster as you go along compared to the tension being tight. So far this is the way the ribbing looks like. The ridges are not as distinct as other stitches because it's such a small stitch. Its height is really small compared to other stitches like the single crochet or the treble crochet. So this is the way you do the slip stitch front loop. Something to note, as you're making this stitch, please ensure that your tension is a bit loose so that you're able to insert your hook into those front loops. It's a very small stitch height wise compared to single crochets or double crochet or your treble crochet. So keeping your tension a little bit easy will make it easier for you to be able to insert your hook, especially if you're using a big hook like mine that is not completely pointed. Our slip stitch front loop only is done, and this is the way it looks. The ridges are not as distinct because of how short our stitch is, but you can see it makes a really nice ribbing. It's very minimalistic and elegant, not as stretchy as you would say it compared to other stitches, but it still has some stretch in it. So let's move on to our next type of ribbing. The next type of ribbing is a slip stitch back loop only. As the name says, back loop only. We're just going to work into our back loops. That loop that is away from you, we're done the front loop which is closest to you, we'll do away from you. It is abbreviated as BLO, So you see BLO means back loop only. Chain 1, turn your work, and into that back loop only, slip stitch, pose, take it out, then insert your hook, yarn over. Very easy. So I had made a row of single crochets just to make it easy for you to see our back loops. Back loop only, that is the loop that is away from you, farthest from you. So, and as you get the hang of it, you don't need to take a pause at the end. That's it. Just that. Let's do row 3, chain 1, turn your work into those back loops, pull through, and I find it easy to work with the back loops rather than the front loops. This one takes less effort and they are very clear to see, especially when you turn your work like this towards you. You're able to see the back loops easier. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, then pull through. I'll do this till the end, then we can compare between the front loop and the back loop, see if there's any difference. Comparing our two types of ribbing, the back loop only seems a bit more denser compared to the front loop, and this one is not as stretchy compared to this one. Lengthwise, this is stretching more this way rather than this way. This one seems to be getting smaller as you go along, so make sure you count your stitches. Just make sure you have the same amount of stitches from the beginning to the end. So this one is not stretching lengthwise, but widthwise it has a more stretch compared to the front loop only. Also, the back loop only seems to be building up faster compared to the front loop. So this is the way the two look like, front loop and back loop. And I had earlier stated the slip stitch tends to take more time to build up. So these are a couple of rows and it's still a tiny bit. So it will take you time compared to a single crochet ribbing, for example. So let's move on to the slip stitch yarn over. Next up is the yarn over slip stitch, and I'll be stitching into the back loop only. I've done one row and it seems bigger than our other two types of ribbing. This is because you have an extra stitch on your hook or an extra loop on your hook. To do it, just chain 1, and then instead of inserting your hook first, yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then pause, don't yarn over, pull through that first loop. Let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through a loop, pause, then pull that loop through all 3 loops. Yarn over. Take some time, but with time you get the hang of it. And as you can see, it's more clear to see your back loops in this compared to the front loop or the back loop without yarning over. We just have an extra loop on our hook, which makes it bigger and definitely more clear. That's just how you do the yarn over slip stitch. And it creates such a beautiful textured feel for your ribbon. Into that last chain, do that again, yarn over, pull over and pull through. This is the way it looks like. Already it looks bigger compared to our other two types of ribbing. So this is several rows, I think 6 rows. This one also 4 rows, and I've just done 2 on this. So you can see there's a difference between the different heights. So pick one that suits you. It depends again with what kind of effect you want. If you want like really narrow ribbing, these two are the best options for you. If you want something that is more bigger and it's also more stretchy, go for the yarn over slip stitch. So let's just keep doing this, see how this will turn out compared to the other two. So here is our yarn over slip stitch, definitely bigger compared to the other types of ribbing. You can see the difference. This is small, this is big, and this is just tiny. And this also has clear and distinct ridges. The ridges are these patterns formed by looping into your back loop. So my take would be this is faster to build compared to the other two. Again, it depends with what effect you're looking for. If you see this one has more spaces compared to the other two, this one is not as open unless you tag on it. This one is also less open compared to the other two. So these are the three types of slip stitches that you can do to create ribbing for your sweaters, for your beanies, for your necklines and cuffs, and so on. And what you think about the ribbing stitch and what kind of ribbing you'd like me to show you next. We have different types of ribbing. We have single crochets, half double, double crochets. So let me know what you want me to make. Also, show me your projects. Show me the projects you've made with these types of ribbing. There are some that just make a whole project using this type of ribbing. It does take time, it does take patience, but it has just a beautiful effect. Please remember to support my channel by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one, crafters.